Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurumedeva Sarvakarishu Sarvada. Om Ganganapate Namaha Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Shri Hanumanji Maharaj Ki Jai. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 12th of December 2024. I want to offer my prostrations to all the great sages and to Bhagavan residing in the heart of every being. We're continuing to examine Advaita Vedanta and the basic ideas, concepts, the historical ideas and developments that have occurred over hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years within the Sanatana Dharma. So to continue from yesterday, we were looking at three terms yesterday. That is Anubhav, Yukti, and Shruti. Three terms were examined very carefully. We began to examine them yesterday. Anubhav is, of course, direct experience, direct realization. Yukti is logical analysis, using our intellectual power to analyze and to come to various conclusions. That is called Yukti. And Shruti, it refers to the scriptural authority that has come in tradition from the ancient times where Ved mantras and great truths were revealed to the mind of the great rishis in the past. So this is called Anubhav, Yukti, and Shruti, and that is an integrative methodology in the way that Acharya Parampara, different Paramparas, have expounded their particular Tattvik viewpoint. The Tattvik viewpoint that we're looking at specifically in our current series is Advaita Vedanta, the establishment of Advaita. So Gauda Padacharya, who is the guru of Govinda Padacharya, and Govinda Padacharya is the guru of Shankaracharya ji, Adi Jagat Guru Shankaracharya, who is considered to be incarnation of Shankar Bhagavan. So two gurus before, so Gaudapad. So what is his interpretation from that time about Shruti, Anubhav? Because he's an enlightened being, we would have assumed that. And he is giving a certain viewpoint on what is the ontological reality, how everything has come about. What is it that's actually existing? So the point that he's making, it is called Ajata. Ajata. Ajat means unborn. That which never was created. This is the point we were looking at yesterday. So there's several ideas here that we want to explore. The first point that Gaudapad makes is that the universe isn't really created. So this challenges the conventional understanding of cause and effect. If there is no creation, there is no creator separate from the creation, and thus no duality. This concept of Ajata is the cornerstone of his non-dualistic interpretation. It's very interesting. It's something for us to really examine. Like, for example, if we're watching a movie in a movie theater, is there really anything on the screen? What is there? Are there actually people on the screen or no? There's nothing there really except light in a particular distortion. It's actually a distortion of light and sound, isn't it? And that creates the experience. But there's actually no person there. There's no trees or mountains or anything like that over there. So this is the point. It's something like this, that the Brahman, Akshara Brahman, is the only reality. Reality meaning the actual tattva. Just like in the movie theater, what is the reality? Light and sound. That's the only reality. There's nothing else actually. But it has been formulated somehow, in some way, that those pictures show up and the storyline shows, and then we feel as if it is actually there, although we know it's not there. So this is called Ajata-Vaad. Vaad meaning perspective, interpretation. Now, what is the use of such a philosophy? such a perspective. There are many practical benefits, as I was beginning to talk about yesterday, that we feel we are born. Sachin says, I'm born into this world. This body is appearing in this world. There is no birth or death. Look at the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita's teachings are clear. The Atma Tattva is not born, it doesn't die. It's not created. It is Sanatana. It is Brahman only. This is Advaitic interpretation. So there's no Brahmand even. There's nothing actually except the one undisturbed, undiluted reality. The word Brahman means vast, unending. So a guru like Gaudapada is in that nirvikalpa state. We would have to assume that's the case. And then he goes through the scriptures and in the relative world that we live in, and he establishes the doctrine of Ajata, unborn, that there's no universe even. There isn't anything. And see, you'll find this kind of statement in Avadut Gita. Avadut Gita is written by Guru Dattatreya ji, or spoken by Guru Dattatreya. And he is a total Advaitic saint, Guru Dattatreya. So he speaks this type of language also. Because when we awaken completely into who we are, the world, in one sense, is there for some time, but it's not there also. It's like watching the movie theater, watching the movie in the theater. That's a good example. Is there anything there? Yes, in some sense, there's something there, but not really. We said, we always say, I went to see a movie. We don't say, I went to experience lights and sounds. We experience the movie, we have the storyline, etc. But actually, there was nothing there except light and sound. Similarly, there is only Brahman. So, for example, Sachin is speaking right now. You're listening right now. I'm seeing my room right now. I'm seeing the home temple right now. You're sitting where you are right now. The sense of me and you and this and that, all of this duality, dvanda, he says that it doesn't actually exist. It is an illusion. It's a projection. It's something that is false. This is Advaita. So dualistic frameworks posit a fundamental separation between various entities like creator and created, subject and object, and self and the world. Causative frameworks explain the world in terms of cause and effect relationship. By arguing against a real creation, Gaudapada undermines both of these frameworks, suggesting that the perceived duality and causal relationship are ultimately illusory. That the causal relationship is illusion. He says it's an illusion. My goodness. It's one thing to say that things are temporary and whatnot. This goes even further. It says it's not even there, actually. It's an illusion. It is there in terms of an illusion. Illusion means a misperception. Illusion is a misperception. The water in the mirage in the desert is an illusion. The magic trick done by a magician is an illusion. So the illusion is created somehow. How is the illusion created? Why is the illusion created by Brahman? The answers are given by other acharyas later on after Shankaracharya ji also. But since we're sticking just to Advaita, it is considered just to be some power of Brahman only, nothing else. It is only the Brahman in a dynamic form. It is only the one in itself only. It is Shakti. Shakti, Brahma, Abhed. Ramakrishna Paramahansa's teachings. So to understand some of these basic concepts, we will definitely go into Ramakrishna Paramahansa's teachings, because that will be very helpful for us to be even more clear. That Shakti and Brahman. Be careful about the words. Don't get caught up in the language. Brahman simply means vast, infinite consciousness that is absolute, unending, existence, consciousness, bliss, that ultimate reality. And Shakti. Shakti means the dynamic power. The power, the expressive power of Brahman that expresses only itself as all of the different names and forms. It's like the movie in the movie theater. It's only the light that is expressing itself. The undifferentiated light coming into the projector is expressing itself as all of those names and forms that you see on the screen. Some light is to make a picture of a tree on a screen. You need color, you need a film, right? Things like that. So that is the film and everything else that is there. It's there, but it's only going to show up when there's light. The light is undifferentiated. The screen, I mean, the images that you see on the screen are also nothing but the light. I want to take the analogy only up to that point because the analogies can break down. It's only the light only, nothing else. Similarly, when Sachin sees this cup, this red cup, what do I say? It's a cup. In my mind, there's cup. That's false. There's nothing like red. There's nothing like cup. There's not even, that thing isn't even there actually. What is that then? What is it that I'm seeing? Brahman. It's not a cup. This thing that I'm holding in my hand, see, it's been fashioned out of clay or ceramic something or another. It's been given a red color. And the form, the name has been given cup. So when I see that cup, that's coming constantly in my head. Can I see that out, without that language in my mind? The structure of language. But how is that possible? So there's actually nothing like a cup. There's actually nothing like a spoon. Like here's a plastic spoon. I'm holding that in my hand right here. Plastic spoon. There's nothing like a plastic spoon. There's nothing like plastic or spoon. It's not there. This is Ajata-Vaad. Every object that we see is not there. Neti. It is not there at all, in fact. So then what about the fact that we have to live in the world and all that? Yes, we have to live in the world. We live in the world with the realization that it's not there. It doesn't mean we don't see it. It's like a person who is standing in the desert, seeing the mirage, realizes that's not water, but still sees the mirage. If Sachin is standing in the desert and there's a mirage that is seen there, it doesn't mean I stop seeing the mirage. But I just know, I have a gnan that is not water. So I don't run in that direction anymore. And because of that, the feeling comes inside, the realization comes inside of total steadiness. Purna sthirta जीवन में आ जाती है. Because jagat hai hi nahi. This, and I'm presenting today and in this series pure Advaita. And we're going to be talking about that for the rest of next year also. It's very difficult for most people to grasp these ideas, and because it's misunderstood. A lot of it is misunderstood. But if you probe into it, we will see. There's no water in that mirage. But there is water somewhere. If I'm seeing that looks like water, I feel that that's water, that means I've had water somewhere. That means I'm aware that there's water. I have to find the real water. So to discover the reality is the entire path of Advaita Vedanta. So Advaita Vedanta is a path to discover the actual Brahman and not be caught in the illusions and delusions and reflections and all these things that are projected, the projected reality, the pratibhasika satyam, not be caught up inside that thing. The pratibhasika satyam is a delusional projection, is a projection that we believe is to be real. So for example, I believe that my mother, my father, my brother, my hat, my shirt, I believe it so strongly that this is me and this is mine. This is a delusion. Even the Vyavarika level, Pratibhasika level, we need to function at that level. Vedanta doesn't discount those levels. They are there. Even Gauda Padacharya, radical non-dualism, Even then, he's writing these commentaries in the relative world. He's not, I mean, if he's just in the samadhi, nirvikalpa samadhi, who you're going to write to? Write to who? Write what? Write what commentary? Why write anything? How can you even talk to anybody? You cannot. You cannot even speak to anybody. There's no body even. Just leave the body. Shariri nahi hai, brahmandi nahi hai, kuch hai hi nahi. Only that one undifferentiated reality. But its implication here is that while we are living inside the sansar is seen in a new light. It's the same sansar. It's the same names and forms and people and mountains and trees and objects and stars and galaxies and everything else. It's just going to remain as it is. But that is seen in a completely new vision, and that is Jnana. That is Jnana. That non-dualistic vision is what he's referring to, where Gaudapada's approach or philosophy emphasizes the non-dual nature of reality. Advaita means not two, proposing that ultimately there's only one reality, Brahman, and the perceived multiplicity of the universe is an appearance, not a fundamental reality. It's not a fundamental reality. Now, the awakening, once we awaken into the fundamental reality, then we are free. Then this body is maintained in the best way. It is maintained. Bodies come and go. Not me. The I, that is Brahman, that is the infinite consciousness, that doesn't come and go. Bodies come and go. Waves come and go. So many waves come and go. Jewelry comes and goes, not gold. Gold doesn't come and go. Waves come and go, not the ocean. Jewelry keeps changing, but not the gold. You see, so what happened historically was that this entire notion, this entire viewpoint that there is no universe at all, there is only the Brahman, this is just a projected illusion. This influenced Shankaracharya ji very much. So Shankaracharya ji systematized and elaborated on Gaudapada's ideas, making Advaita a major force in Indian philosophy. This Sanatana Dharma Tattvagnan, it became a major force because it comes from the Upanishads, from the Shrutis, from the texts and all that. It comes from there, from realization. If we want to realize this fantastic truth, we have to awaken. We have to awaken. It's like sitting in the movie theater and then going out of the movie theater, going to the projecting system and seeing how the whole mechanism works and recognizing there's only one energy, the electricity, that is coming into the system. That's it. That is Jnana. And when you realize that, one is not caught inside the movie or anything. You still see the same movie. Now you can go back and see it for what it is. If it's a 5 or 6-year-old child is seeing the movie, they might look at that as something real. But as the child grows up, realize, no, that's not real. The seeing is not different. The realization is different, right? So this is the point here. Just one more point here. That the illusion of separateness dissolves. When Brahma Vidya, Brahma Jnana, Esha Brahmi Sthiti Partha Naina Prape Vimuyati, Sthitva Syamantakaalepi Brahma Nirvanam Ruchyati. The last shloka of chapter 2, which we mentioned many times, Esha Brahmi Sthiti. Brahmi Sthiti. Sthiti means realization, stage of realization of this truth that I am Brahman. Nijatmanam Brahmarupam. So that realization is called sthiti. It's not just a belief. It's not just an idea. It's not just, some psychological. No, it's a realized state. That is called sthiti. In the word sthiti is directly in the Gita. Esha Brahmi Sthiti. Partha. Nainam Prapya Vimuyati. Once we have realized that sthiti, that stage of realization, then one is never deluded back into the ignorance again. Esha Brahmi Sthiti Partha Nainam Prapya Vimuyati Stitvasyam Antakalepi. Stitvasyam Antakalepi means that at the time of the leaving of the body, Antakal. Brahma Nirvanam Ruchyati. Ruchyati means obtains, goes into that. Obtains what? Brahma Nirvanam. Brahma Nirvanam Ruchyati. Brahma Nirvanam means what? Nirvana means that the sansar is gone. Brahman means that Brahman is real. It doesn't say just Nirvana. It doesn't say just Brahman. Bhagavan Krishna uses both words together. Brahma Nirvanam Ruchyati. That the Brahman is real. And the Nirvana means blowing out. That means that the sansar is out of the mind. It's not there anymore. It's completely gone, actually. There is no sansar. Wo hai hi nahi, tha bhi nahi kabhi. This is the realization. It's called Brahma Nirvanam. But from where we are, it is there. It is there, we are interacting, but we can live as a Jivan Mukta. When we leave the body, that is called, living in the body is called Jivan Mukta. Living in the body without any sense of duality of any kind is called Videhi Mukti, Videhi Mukta. इसको जीवन मुक्ता और विदेही मुक्त, इसमें भी फर्क है. बस ऊपर लेवल की बात है. Very, very high level sages, is for them. We're not at that stage to understand this thing yet. We are still stuck inside small, things inside this world. One is completely liberated out of that. उसमें भी फर्क है. In the stages of liberation में भी फर्क है. जीवन मुक्ता, विदेही मुक्ता. And then when the body is gone completely, वो तो एक बात ही अलग है. Then the Brahmand is gone. It is Archi Marg, and one goes out of the Brahmand, out of Prakriti completely into the Brahmadham. Bhagwan ke dham mein wo जीवन, वो जो मुक्त जा सकते हैं. Right? So this is the range, and it's a very profound, very powerful idea. It's not just an idea, there's a lot of practicality behind it. We will look at this concept of Ajata-Vaad in more detail. We'll try to look at some of the Mandukya Karika also. The Mandukya Karika verses, I'll try to pull some of those up, and we'll cover it step by step, slowly. And there's some pravachans from different commentators online on this also. So with that, let's stop here for today, and we'll continue on this further tomorrow. Om Dhyanamulam Gurur Murti Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam Pujamulam Gurur Padam Mokshamulam Gurur Krupa Tameva Mata Chapita Tameva Bandusha Sakha Tameva Vidya Draminam Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Karachanakritam Va Kayajam Karmajam Va Shravananajam Va Manasam Va Paradam Vihitam Va Sarvameta Shamasva Jai Jai Karunabde Shri Mahadeva Shambho Om Divilingaya Namaha Urdhvalingaya Namaha Atmalingaya Namaha Anandalingaya Namaha Paramatmalingaya Namaha Om Dvadas Jyotirlingaya Namo Namaha Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshya Mamrutat Om Aim Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche Swaha Om Durge Rakshini Tha Swaha Om Shri Radha Krishna Arpanamastu.